Everybody, let's bring in our first guest, Garner Odell. Garner, how's it going, buddy?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, Garner's the author of, is it 2 books now?
Yeah.
The first one is...
First one is long gone. It's a historical novel set in the 15th century in England and Wales.
And this one's called Emerald. I'm trying to think of the first one's name.
Sir David, The Life and Loves of a Welsh Knight.
You wrote a book about the loves of a Welsh knight.
Right.
You know you're an ex-priest, reverend, right? How does that happen?
Well, we have to know a lot of things about a lot of things. And
how do you go from the church to writing the book?
Well, my father was English, and so I just got caught up, and that was part of... The man I wrote about, this knight, was part of my family. Part of my family tree.
A carouser.
Climbing around in that family tree, I found him.
How fun is that?
He and his wife had 13 children. They had 12 children, and then the 13th was a bastard son. Now, that wasn't unusual for the 15th century.
For someone to have an out-of-family baby?
Right, after 12 legitimate ones, so I thought there's got to be a story behind that one. And I wrote it.
Yeah, that story happens a lot, I think. Now, you've written these books, and we want to tell everybody that they are for sale on the CentralValleyTalk.com site. But you want to talk about emeralds today?
Well,
gems?
This book, Emerald, is about a historical emerald that is 98.98 carats.
Wow.
It's about that big. You could just barely hold it in your fist. And it came from a well-known mine in the Colombian highlands. And then the conquistadors took it to Spain, and from Spain it went to Bavaria and became part of the Bavarian National Treasury. That's all history.
You had to do a lot of research for that.
You're right.
Now, how did it start out? What intrigued you about it to start the story?
I was a Protestant chaplain on cruise ships for almost 18 years, and these were...
Pretty good gig, Garner.
It's a good gig, and they're short cruises of 3.5 months long, going around the world. And one day, a man came aboard the ship who was a gemologist from New York, and he lectured at Harvard, and he started telling these fascinating tales about gems and the mystery behind them and the people who had them and all the intrigue, and I got hooked. And so I've started doing the research, and this one is about this emerald. And actually I found out that it was sold in 1931 by Christie's in London, and since then has disappeared. So now my feudal mind gets a hold of those facts, and I start weaving stories. And
so
this is the story of Emerald.
1931, it hasn't been seen, but they know who they sold it to.
No, they don't, because when I contacted Christie's, they told me that their records were burned in a fire many years ago, and that section of their records has disappeared. So as far as they know, at least that's what they told me. They don't know who bought it, and so I'm weaving the story about it.
So what's next for Garner? What are you going to do? Are you going to write another book?
Yeah, I've written the second one. It's called Diamonds, Finding Diamonds in Montana. And that is finished. And it's at a publisher now, and hope to be out in a couple of months.
So book tour.
Yeah, oh yeah. And the third one is half written. It's about finding emeralds. I'm all screwed up now. Finding rubies in Myanmar. You ever been to Myanmar?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yes, several times.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I'm going to go on with these gems. Sapphires in Washington, D.C., black pearls in the South Pacific, opals in Australia.
All right. You ever want to get back into the church? Get up on the pulpit?
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Big Red Church over here in Fresno.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, Garner. Always good to see you, buddy.
Yep.
Go to CentralValleyTalk.com. go to the bookstore, and both of Garner's books are for sale right there. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stick around.